Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghostwriters here. We got a little mail. Hey, Santee. I'm still waiting for my episode on insults in the Old West. Slick Six Guns. Insults. Yeah, that sounds like fun. By the way, we're giving 25% off on all merchandise until the end of July. We're sort of celebrating that Christmas in July thing. I wonder when that got started. I should probably look that up. Anyway, roll the film. You all may remember Slick Six Guns from his help in the Spencer Rifle episode. He's a great fella, even though he can't hit the ground with his hat in 3 throws. He's also serving his country in some classified location, so if you're watching this, Captain, thanks for putting your life on the line for our freedoms, you ornery scalawag. Now, those barbs are certainly going to get me hurt, but I tend to ask for it. Do they make those clothes for men? In the Old West, you had a mixture of different cultures coming together. Some words may not translate due to their regional definitions, but the gist is the same, and most people understand when they're getting insulted in any language.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
A carpetbagger was a person from the north who trekked to the south to capitalize on the Reconstruction after the Civil War. Recognized by their traveling bags made of carpet, they were opportunists and not favorably looked upon. So calling someone a carpetbagger was indeed quite the slam.
Well, Mr. Carpetbagger, we got something in this territory called the Missouri Boat Ride.
Lily-livered, chicken-livered, and pigeon-livered were all terms for folks who have no backbone. It dates back to the Middle Ages when the belief was that the liver was where your courage came from. A wagtail is a woman who is promiscuous, and stems from the suggestive message given when one's rear end, wiggles. Apparently someone could be so dumb that they couldn't drive a nail into a snowbank, or that their family tree is a shrub. A person could be so mean that they'd steal a fly from a blind spider, or they could be as ugly as a burnt boot. Picking on folks who were new to the frontier was also done. You could be a greenhorn, a tenderfoot, a rawheel, or a dude. I personally enjoy the ones that sound funny, like they were invented by an 8-year-old. Hornswaggler, ragbag, whippersnapper, old coot, flapdoodle, foozler, jollocks, vasey, and gibface. The list of insults doesn't change through time, just the wording.
You sons of a motherless goat!
Picking on someone's appearance or mental capacity, or that of his sister, is usually enough to invoke a fight, even today.
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Fill your hand, you son of a...
The idea that insults to one's character could be answered at the business end of a six-gun was not unheard of. Mark Twain was working as an editor for the Nevada Territorial Enterprise in 1868 when he was challenged to a duel by a competing paper's editor. It was over some slander. In his autobiography, Twain writes,
"He was hurt by something I'd said about him. Some little thing. I don't remember what it was now. Probably called him a horse thief, or one of those little phrases customarily used to describe another editor."
Well, the duel never happened. But it is interesting to note that in some territories, the settling of grievances with a gun was justifiable.
When he fires that, take out your pistols and shoot him down like the mangy scoundrel he is.
Hey, watch the name calling. Words can hurt, you know. In many brother and sisterhoods, insults are not necessarily a bad thing. Gentle ribbing can be a form of admiration or even, strangely enough, respect.
All right, you ornery old scutter, just never you mind a calling me a muttonhead and stuff
I
like
haven't
that.
called you anything yet.
Of course, there are far too many 19th century insults for me to mention, but if you're interested in knowing more, click the links in the description field below.
Hey there.
Hey, how you doing? How you
Look
doing?
at that. Who knew you could read?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Oh, this week is on insults in the Old West.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
I'm writing down new insult. By the way, I added a new one to the list. So
To what list would you be referring?
the list where you're a dirty, rotten card cheat.
What are you doing here?
It's a dirty, rotten, slack-jawed card cheat.
Slack-jawed.
Yeah,
I
you
see.
like that?
Sure.
Or we could also use wang doodle if you'd rather. Dirty, rotten, slack-jawed, wang-doodle card cheat. I like that. It's funny.
What is a wang doodle slack-jawed card cheat?
It doesn't matter. They're just slighting terms. They're just
Well,
uncomplimentary.
why would you call me something you don't even know what it is?
I don't know. It just seems like, uh-oh.
How about this? Hey, folks, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail. Crap.
And anyway, for the